you never know. You never knew.
The other part of it, the really transformative part was like I got bullied a ton. You know, so I would wear, you know, sweats and a t-shirt or whatever to school because that's what I liked. And I'd wear my Duke sweats and I'd wear, you know, whatever the case is. But like I had no sense of fashion. I didn't care about it because I cared about baseball. That was like, that's all I cared about. So I get made fun of nonstop, you know, oh, for how you dress, how you act. You carry around the shoulder tube around school, all this different stuff. So I get bullied a ton. And at some point, I remember I had distinctly one morning, I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning. I went to the YMCA and did like an hour of mechanical like pool work, right? I got back home, took a shower, had to go to I had to leave by like 7:30 to get to class. And I remember drying off and looking in the mirror and being like, what's wrong with me? Why don't people like me? And about 10 seconds later, I was like, oh, I don't care why people don't like me. I like what I see. I like myself. I work hard. I'm going places. I'm going to be a college athlete. I do well in school. I treat my family well. Like I'm not in trouble. I'm not off, you know, getting arrested at the park like some of my teammates were at the time for fighting. I'm not like bringing alcohol onto a school bus and getting written up, going to a dance, like stuff like this, you know? Like I like what I see. So in that moment, that day, I remember it very distinctly. I just decided, you know, as long as at the end of the day I can look in the mirror and like what I see looking back at me, that's all I'm going to worry about. I want to be proud of myself, and that's it. And from that day forward, like I went to school, I no longer hated school because if someone said something to me, I felt fine, just like firing back. You know, I'd be like, oh, you don't think I dress well? Well, you suck at baseball. You know, or like, you know, just these things like, you know, I'd be talking to a girl and she just completely ghost me and ignore me forever. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like I can play that game. You know, and so that's really where my love of trolling started because all these people that started attacking me, I finally felt like I had a voice. I felt like I was like, okay.
You're literally still
okay myself.
Wow.
And that's how it started. And that's why like I fire back at people on Twitter. I think it's important because for all those kids that feel like that right now, going through 8th grade, going through 6th grade, like they got to have an example that they can look at and say, oh, wow, this guy went through the exact same thing. And if you continue going down the right path, if you believe in yourself, if you feel good about yourself, like look where you can get. That's one of my main,
dude, you're doing it.
One of my main things that I want to pass on to.
You're doing it. I didn't know this
people.
about you, but you're doing it to a T. You ready?